Hello, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. How y'all doing? I hope y'all had a great holiday and all that other wonderful stuff. We are back. The last Ask Me Anything About Media Ministry for the year. Man, this year has been a roller coaster, up and down. A lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of great, a lot of sad, a whole bunch of stuff. But hey, I have to be thankful that we're here. We're still here. What the old folks say, we're still in the land of the living. So again, thank y'all so much for joining me. We're going to get right to it. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs to everybody. Not a lot of folks on this morning, but again, hey, that's understood. I mean, people are still recuperating from the holiday and all this other stuff. So let's go ahead and holler at some folks. G. Albert, hello. Now, I do have a new arm here for my camera, so hopefully that works a lot better. And that's the wrong camera. This one is kind of low, so hopefully I don't have to adjust. It's always right here, so hopefully that will look better this time, so I'm not adjusting like I have to. But anyway, G. Albert, hello. Video streams, hello. Mike, hello, hello. Mr. Clarence, hello. How are you doing? Janelle, hello. Parker, hello. Shane and Hannah, hello. Jeffrey, hello. Carl, hello. Rashane, hello. Alicia, hello. Funwayo, hey man, how are you doing? Leroy, hello. Anthony, hey, what's going on? And sorry if I'm trying. The mic is right here, so let me know if I'm not talking loud enough. Willie, hello, hello. Brian, why didn't it come up? Oh, there it goes. Hey, what's going on, folks? So we got a lot of things. I didn't get a chance to make this change yet, but give me a half a second, and I will bring up everything here. So hopefully I can show all of this at the same time so we can get this all done. Yeah, and I know I started a little bit earlier because, hey, I was here. So, all right, I think I got my macros done. I am on Twitch. I am on Facebook. I was going to do Instagram, but I didn't get the plug-in right, so it's vertical, so that's why I'm not on Instagram. I don't have enough people to stream on X yet, but we're going to be working on getting on everything. So let me go ahead and get some announcements out of the way so I can let y'all know what to look forward to in the coming year. And where should we start? Let's just start on that one. All right, so I am happy to announce, if you've been on the Facebook, that our media ministry mentor.com is live. That is there. And let's actually switch it back over to so you can actually see it. And let's go full screen over here first. All right, so we have MediaMinistryMentor.com. That is live. The website is live. Courses are not there yet because I'm finishing recording everything and updating everything. But this is going to be a focus on courses. This is what I normally would come and do there. Is the stream acting up? Oh, okay. It froze on my screen, so I thought everything was fine. So anyway, this is going to be a home for like additional courses. We're going to be going through a whole lot of stuff here. So the initial course that we are updating is the one that I had a long time ago, is Church Live Streaming 101. This is going a super deep dive in everything from beginning to end. You finish that course. If you don't know how to live stream, I'd have to honestly say you weren't paying attention. That's the honest thing I can say. We go through everything: hardware, internet, computers, best practices, licenses, music, what to do, all this other stuff. We go over everything. This has been updated to 2023, 2024, mainly 2023 because we're not in 2024 yet. We also have church video announcements. This is going to be a course we go through everything on that. We also have effective social media. We're also going to do a breakout because the group requested it, a breakdown of nothing but OBS, nothing but vMix. Also, we're going to go into Ecamm Live. It's going to be a course that literally you get this for your ministry. You take this and hand the login credentials. Only one person can log in at a time, so you can't buy this and share it with multiple people. But you can get this for your ministry, and people can come in, and I can see I didn't update this text from the template. You're not teaching pasta. But anyway, that's what we're going to be working on. The other thing I want to say that you'll probably see right here is we're looking at doing another eMissionary conference in 2024. I really want this one to be in person and online, but I'm kind of basing this off of y'all. I'm leaning on the West a lot. They did it in person, so I'm trying to glean from their insight on how this was going to go. But we're going to see. The whole plan is going to be, it's still going to be an online component with multiple courses, with multiple teachers that are in the community that are teaching worldwide. But what I would like to do is have all that hosted locally, and anybody who's teaching personally can actually come there, and we'll actually have the whole media ministry set up to broadcast everybody who's teaching there in multiple rooms. But then if somebody's remote, we can remote them in, but still that's going to be the hub. So people can come in and physically be there, associate with everybody. That's what we're going to do. But if you come here to MediaMinistryMentor.com, you can click on here or go to conference. And what I really want to do is put your information in here. And mainly I need to decide, do you want to be online, in person, or you're unsure? This is going to help determine how much space that I need, or maybe we don't do nothing in person at all this year, and we'll just have people who are going to be running the live stream in person, and we do something like that. I need y'all's help in helping to determine how we're going to do all that stuff. All right, that's the first thing. That is MediaMinistryMentor.com. Courses are, hopefully, I would like to have the initial course be available by February 1st. It's all about me re-recording everything. We also, emissionarygear.com is up, so we don't have to go to all these other places. You can go there. We're going to be doing some new stuff. Got this one on here, Ministry Beyond the Four Walls right there, and other stuff. We're going to be coming up with new designs and everything like that. This helps to fund the stuff we do, our giveaways, all this other stuff like that, because because of the holidays, we finally were able to ship off our 60,000 subscriber giveaway. I literally just shipped that about an hour ago at UPS to John. We got that out of the way. But all of the stuff that I do here, the books, the merch and everything, that goes to help fund that stuff. All right. That's what we got there. And then the other one, if y'all saw, just to let you know, if we go here, this is my back end here to Kindle Publishing. You see it right there. There's Media Ministry is now necessary. We got that here. We are working to finish this up. I got about 7 more chapters I need to finish writing and then have it go over and cleaned up and all that other good stuff. Also, the first book is here. We're actually going to be re-releasing this as a hardcover. I just didn't get a chance to finish going through all of that. So if you were able to buy the book earlier, pre-order, you're still good. But because of the changes of prices in the economy and stuff like that, I have had to bump the book up by $5. That's just covered the printing and all this other stuff. So that's all that's there. I think that's everything. Let me know. I will do an announcement where you can actually pre-order the book. I have to finish everything first before I can put that live. But again, thank everybody for y'all's patience. And enough of my blabbing. Let's get to y'all's questions. All right, first one. How do you set up a scripture look in ProPresenter? Like, how do you put the whole scripture in? Is it through a theme or through a look? Well, those are two completely different things, but they are somewhat tied together. So, for example, if I cut over here, so first, if I want to just bring up a scripture, we go over here to Bible, and you do have your theme here. And why is that in basic English? That must be leftover for something. So if you come over here to options, and actually let's go full screen so you can actually see a lot better here. So if you come over here, and where's my highlighter? There it is. So if you come over here, and let's just use all the bells and whistles today. All right, if you come over here and you go to options, first, you're gonna be able to pick your theme. So right now, my theme is displaying this as full. So if I pick something, that's what's gonna show the entire time. So if I let's look up Psalm 31. So as you see, it's in the layout of going full screen. So if I pick it and I do that output, this is what shows up. That's what shows up when I pick that, because that's what's using the theme right now. All right. Now, the look is something completely different. The look is, if I come over here to my looks, I have 2 outputs. So right now, I'm using lower third. So I have my second screen going to configure everything to a lower third. So that would be like for the live stream. So that's what I have right now. So you saw, if I go back here, this is my full screen, all right? But if I go to my lower third output, that is what this is showing. So that's how I'm able to do both. That isn't a look. The look determines how your output is going to be done. And each look or your screen needs a theme format for how it's displayed. So if I come over here and turn on my DSK, see, that is what this output is going to. But if I cut over to the full screen output, which would be for the sanctuary, the congregation, whatever, that's what they're seeing. So I have them both turned on. That's full screen. This is lower third using a look. Now, if I go back over here, and let's turn this off, and I change my look that I made from lower third to full screen, now when I go to each one of my screens, if I go to the number 4, which was a lower third, see, that shows it in full screen. And then if I switch over to number 7, that's also in full screen because that's how I have it set up. So if I go to the looks one more time, see, when I have full screen, it shows everything the exact same way. When I go to lower thirds, the lower third screen doesn't show anything except for puts my presentation in a lower third theme. Hopefully that makes sense, but that's how you do it. The theme is put on the screen. The look is how that screen looks at any given point of time. Hopefully that makes sense for you. All right, you have a follow-up. And I'm not understanding this. Let's say if the scripture is like 6 verses. Well, that again, if we go back to the setting there, that is more of a configuration under options. So right now, if I go to options, let's go back to the full screen here. If I go back here into the options, see, I'm breaking on every new verse so that it puts a verse on each screen. I mean, if I don't do that, then it's going to be super, super tiny to try and read that. So if I go that right now, do you want to read that? So that's where the pain comes in. So you wouldn't want to do that, at least for me. I mean, if you got like 2 verses, maybe, but like a long thing like that, I do a break so it makes it easy, and that's how I do that. But let me know if you wanted some more detail other than that. Carl, I have a 15 to 25 second delay on Facebook Live using OBS with a M1 Air, a Famako, and the joystick. I have that joystick over here. I've been meaning to do a review on that. And a Focus Scarlett 2i2, 3rd gen for audio camera, is using the RTSP for video input. Well, the 15 to 25 second delay, give me clarity. Is that a difference between the audio and video? That's the delay between that? Or are you saying there's a delay in 15 to 25 seconds of what you see live to what's showing up on Facebook? If that's the case, that is accurate. It's supposed to be. Like if I look at my stuff right now, what y'all are seeing right now, I've already seen. It's actually 15 seconds later because it just takes time for that video to process, encode, go up, go to your platform, Facebook that you're using, decode, and then disseminate that to everybody else. That is natural. From 2 to 25 seconds, that's fine. If you're seeing that video and audio being out of sync and it's lagging like that, that's a sign that your computer's not fast enough to process everything. But give me some information on that, and we'll go from there. Back to G. Albert. AJ, please tell us how your camera is positioned when you're live streaming. My issue is when I'm looking at replays with me on screen, I'm always looking up versus at the camera. Well, that's something I've had to work at personally myself as well, too. So if I take this down, that's why I've adjusted this a bunch of times. See, this is my main camera, so I have it set that I'm looking. Sorry, my shoulder just hurt. I'm looking straight at it. That's why I have this screen right here so I can see what's going on. Because originally, I used to be like this. So when I'm looking at the screen up here, and you can tell I'm not looking at the camera. And if I raise the camera even higher, it's going to be blocking the screen where I'm looking. So right here, I just have to do a short look down from right here to where I'm looking at, and that works for me. And now this is what's been adjusted. I used to use a teleprompter that went right over front of the camera. that started to get a hassle. That was when I in an apartment. I still got the teleprompter. Actually, looking at getting Elgato has a smaller teleprompter that I'm actually thinking about might wanting to check out. I know that's a different focus on what you're saying. Where's it at? Captures cameras. There it goes. Come on now. And I'll show you. Might want to play around with this, but the concept is exactly the same with this. So in this one, this will sit over top of your camera. Honestly, I think my camera is a little bit too big for this. This is more like for a webcam or like a smaller camera. I mean, it possibly could work because the idea is you're seeing everything directly there. So like the comments will be right there. And I could do that with this. It's just, I just don't. But that's what helps. So I have my stuff fairly close to where I need to look at. And if I go again, I got everything here I can see. Then my big screen is right here. So I can see what's going on there. So hopefully that helps. Shane, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Is StreamYard a good option for streaming church service? If no, which software do you suggest? I mean, yeah, I guess it is proportional to what it is. StreamYard is a software-based streaming platform that it takes the heavy lifting of encoding and it still uses your computer, but it sends everything over to their website, and it processes it that way. And it adds all the other graphical stuff that normally OBS vMix and stuff that you're seeing me do right now, like this, that's done through vMix. StreamYard could do that. It's not that it's good or bad for your ministry. Not at all. It's just one of those things that now it's a monthly fee that you would have to pay for compared to like buy the computer that can handle it. OBS, by the way, I do build the computers for live streaming. You can go to AJaytheCEO.com. Shameless plug, wholesome plug, that is, for that. And I know I'm changing subjects real quick, but I'm going to show that while we do that. But honestly, in my mind, it's just like the same thing when it comes to your internet. Like you can normally rent a modem from them and pay a monthly fee or buy it outright. Buy it outright, of course, it's going to cost more upfront, but over time, you've already paid for it and you own it. So for me, it's like put the money in, get a computer that can actually handle the live stream, buy the software, and then typically there is no more cost for that, and then you can make whatever you want. If you don't have that, then yeah, StreamYard, then there's a monthly fee, and yes, it could work. Just realize that somebody's always going to have to be in front of the computer, just like any other time. So I wouldn't say it's good or bad. I mean, I know a bunch of people that use a mixture of both. Like I think Gates of Faith, they use OBS for a live stream on Sunday services, but when Pastor Kyle is doing Fresh Yes, he's using StreamYard. It all depends. I mean, he's doing that from home, so it all depends. So either one works. Alicia McDonald wants to know, is there a way to use OBS to stream to multiple platforms simultaneously? Yes, there is. We also have a video talking about that, but I will show you because I have it set up on here as well, too. I'm not using it right now. But there's a plugin called Multiple RTMP. And actually, let me look that up. And let me mute it real quick. And there's the video right there talking about it, how to stream to multiple destinations for free with OBS. You'll go ahead and get that plug-in there. And I need to change that. Modern Media Ministry. Somebody took over that website, so I need to update that. That's all going to MediaMinistryMentor.com. So mental note, AJ, you got to replace that. Anyway, you go in there, that plugs in. And so right now, I could go to Facebook, YouTube in here, but then I have this pointing to Vimeo. Just make sure when you do this that when you go through your settings, when you're setting up all this other stuff, and that's an old key, so I ain't got to worry about that. But when you go here, where do you want to get the settings? My computer's fast enough, so I'm duplicating what OBS is doing because my internet can handle it, my computer can handle it. Just make sure when you add this, you set it up so that your computer can handle all this stuff. And that's it. I should have actually, let me put the link to that video in here as well too. Did I minimize it? Yeah, I did. So I will copy that, and you can paste it here. Multiple locations in OBS. All right, hope that helps you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Beverly Roy, what PTZ with trackability would you say is best if only needed to focus on movement of one person? Honestly, any of them will work. Again, all of these work fine. I mean, they work fine for me because I'm the only person here. So, like, for example, if I use this one, that's the BZB gear, and it is tracking me perfectly fine because I'm the only one here. So, this works perfectly fine. The PTZ Optics one that I have here, this is the Move SE. That works great, as well as the Famako over here. That is a tracking one as well, too. Any of them work. As you can see, it jumped all over the place because I'm there. Because sometimes I'll have images of me up on here, and then it'll capture that. So that's the second person. So any of them are fine as long as it's in a controlled environment, and any of them works good for you. Anthony was saying, I met one of our brothers, Brian Jones, during the break. I built his wife a PC for Christmas. Awesome. Love the community working with each other. Leon, hello. Reverend Richard, hoping in 24 you're down in my area, still hoping to tag. Yeah, I'm actually, the trip to Alabama got rescheduled to February because of the cleanup. I need to follow back up with them. It's probably going to be the 2nd or the 3rd week of February. I'm going to wait for all the details on that. I'll let everybody know. Sandra, hello. Norm, hello. I can't even pronounce the name, but hey, I appreciate you chiming in from Kenya. Awesome. Eric, hello. Terrence, hello. Best audio. Hey, it is one of those things. I was using the arm, but then running out of space here, surprisingly. But anyway, we got a lot of projects that are coming up now that I mention it. I'm going to be leveraging more of the volunteer stuff that, if you are not aware of, I'm trying to do a lot more stuff in. Took a pause for a second. Let me gather myself. I'm gonna just leverage a lot more stuff. Thank you, Grown Folks City, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. We're gonna try and leverage a lot more stuff in this coming year because, again, there's so much stuff that I want to do, and I can't do it all by myself. And this is just like the mission of what I want to accomplish and everything like that. I've always heard a lot of people say that you don't tell everybody your dreams and your goals and stuff like that. Because some people, and like me, I don't tell everybody everything I do. Because sometimes I don't like a lot of people praying for me because you might not be in alignment with what I want and what I'm seeking God for. So that's why I keep my circle tight. But this is one of those things I've shared here. And the goal next year, 2024, is for us to hit 100,000 subscribers. Get to a certain amount of income coming in monthly so that we can actually do more changes to where I don't have to necessarily do a giveaway every 10,000. It's a giveaway that I just choose to do every month. That's one of the things I want to get to where the merch, the Patreon, the YouTube members, the YouTube ad revenue, whatever that's coming in first from a business standpoint, is self-sustaining so that I'm not robbing Peter to pay Paul and all this other stuff like that. Get that stuff straight so I can consistently have, people come on, employees, that I can take care of them, but then also be able to reach and impact and do more. That's the whole goal for next year. And then we got some more details about that. But anyway, come out here to AJaytheCEO.com, go to volunteer. This is where you can put your information in here. And when we're in your area, I will send out something to let you know if you want to come out and help. That would be good. So, like, I was in Ashburn doing some work. I'd love to have some people there, but this was kind of like a quick turnaround. So that's why I didn't contact anybody. Even the computer that somebody just bought from me was in Ashburn, so I shipped it when I could have just drove up there. But anyway, it's a lot of stuff we got going on here in the new year, but I really appreciate it. All y'all's words and stuff like that. Good morning, Robert. Brian was saying, yes, sir. For the Southeast Michigan missionaries amongst us, Anthony and I are planning a date of us to get together and break bread. Let us know if you're interested. Awesome. Make sure if y'all haven't put that on the Facebook group as well, too. And if you're not a part of it, I didn't do my whole intro. I messed up everything. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, go to facebook.com, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy, or you can use the link down below, bit.ly/MMMEFB, and I'll take you right there to it. And it's like this all the time. If I don't get to your question, know that you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond, folks. Also, I'm going to have to be a lot stricter with this just because of the situations. If you ever need any help, make sure you go to ajhomes.com/consultations. I know some of y'all know my telephone number and stuff like that. I cannot do that. I really can't do it anymore, just from a standpoint. Like, I've had people call me when I'm in a meeting with a church, and that kind of looks bad. So if you ever want me to sit down and help, I'd love to help you, but I just need it to be scheduled, because I literally live off a calendar, as well as all the activities my daughter do and all this other stuff. So I have to work that way. So you can always go there. And I think, unfortunately, we are going to have to raise the price on a couple of things. So normally a consultation was like $100 and a phone call was $75. My voice over IP bill has gone up for whatever odd reason. So we got to crank that up. So it's now going to be $100 for Zoom consultation and for a phone consultation, just to make it even, because they hit me with a lot of, they charge on data for whatever reason. But anyway, just letting y'all know what's going on. Bruce, hey, what is going on? Shane, again, a bunch of them is, I need to put a link on my main site to all of these, but mediaministrymentor.com, emissionarygear.com. Those are the ones for everything. I'm going to put more stuff there. Back to Robert. Hey, AJ, what is your take on browser-based live streaming like Restream? All right, we talked about that a little bit. I mean, it works fine. It's mainly just for you're offloading everything to their site. That's it. And then most likely your computer's not fast enough to process all that stuff. Again, it's a good alternative. I don't want to say it's, yay or nay. The only bad side I have to it is a monthly fee. That's it. Dana. Oh, before I get to Dana, again, I mentioned it, but all the way up to 250,000 subscribers, we're still doing a giveaway every 10,000 subscribers. So just know that you can still enter by going to here. If you've already entered, don't worry about it. Whoever's won, who we just recently won, they have a 90-day pause before they can win again. So that makes it fair to everybody else. You can go to the link right here to get to it. Link is also in the description as well. If you are a Patreon supporter, I add your name twice. If you're a YouTube member, I add your name twice. So you don't have to enter again, but I'm just letting y'all know, if you haven't entered, hey, it's a great chance for you to win some stuff. We are giving away an A10 Mini Extreme. This time, we are able to give away a AI tracking camera that was given to me by AVCams. I didn't need another one, so we just gave that in the bundle, a PoE switch, and a joystick. So that's what they got. So anyway, let's go back to Dana. Good morning. What is the way break poor mic proximity habits? What is the best way to break poor mic proximity habits? Sorry. Our pastor moved the mic from his chest area and likes to cup the mic. I thought about muting it and making him aware of the poor habits. What you could do is put a taser inside the mic, and then anytime somebody moves it in the wrong way, they zap them. That's what I want to do. I mean, honestly, the best way, you can't change anybody. The best way is to bring it to their attention. Like, I had to bring this to another, Dale, thank you for subscribing. Another thing I had to do with a bunch of people that I kept trying to tell them, I had to sit them down and let them just watch. How come I can't hear myself? Oh, that's why you tell me I should carry my mic with me. I have to do stuff like that. And then as hard as it is, if you show them all that and then they still do that, you could put a shotgun mic near them so that it can pick them up no matter what and cut over when they have a bad habit of that. Or the harshest way is like they realize that by them doing that, they're undermining all the work that you're doing. That's the easiest way of saying it. So hope that helps. Again, bring it to their attention. Let them see firsthand what it looks like if they're not watching the live stream after the fact. Back to Reverend Leroy. Which do you favor, worship tools presenter or pro presenter? Which is easier to master? Either one, honestly. What I normally favor right now with the churches I'm working with, because cost is kind of important to them, I go with worship tools presenter because it's free. And they can cut their teeth on that. And if they want more features, then they can move over to pro presenter or something else. That's what I personally like. Hello. So I think, Dane, I got you. Let me know if that's it. Let's go back here. So you have to use the Bible instead of just copying and pasting the scripture. Yeah, if you're using ProPresenter, please don't copy and paste the scripture. That's what the software is for, that you just type in the scripture and pull it up. Get the Bible version that you want and look it up. Also, how do I get backgrounds that way? You just have to add them in there. So, like, for example, if we cut back over here, let's go ahead and leverage a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to just show you everything. So I still have a part of Envato Elements. I've been using them for 7 years. And actually, let me take a caveat right here. Let's cut over. Video Hive, Envato owns them. I haven't done this in a while, but if you go down to the bottom and sign up for this, they give away free stuff every month. So they got some stock photos. They got website components, a model sweater, a website theme, mock-up graphics, a video opener for Christmas. I mean, it's kind of late, but you can get it now and use it later on. This is stuff that normally you would have to pay for, but they give it away for free just by being a member. And then they also got some music that you get a license for. That's under them. I would highly recommend you sign up for this. And again, they have all these ones, websites, Code Valley, Video Hive, Audio Jungle. This is where I get licensed music that you can get a license for that you can use anywhere. All my music on here, my intro stuff is from them. And then the background music I have from Epidemic Sound. I have a license for them as well, too. But anyway, let's go through the whole thing. I have Envato Elements. This is a yearly subscription that I can get almost anything on here. So I'll just do blue background, motion graphics. So I'm just going to get something random here. So let's say I get this one. So I'm going to download that, assign it to whatever. I have different projects to make it organized. So I have it assigned over here to AJ the CEO. That's been downloaded. And now I am going to bring that in to here. There's my new background. I just click on that, and now that is my new background. And then I pick my scripture. So now if I cut over here, there you go. That's how that all works. Really straightforward and simple. Now, that's the same thing that could work in Presenter. Let me turn this off, and let's go to Presenter, and it works the exact same way. Let me cut over here for half a second. Let me log in first. All right. Same way, we come over here to Media. I want to add, I think somebody's still logged into my account because I don't do this layout. But anyway, we can add image in there just like that. And then if I come over here and let me pick something that I've already worked on, I'll come over here, add a new background. There's my background. Yeah, I don't know who changed that. I don't like that. And then I go to my scripture, and I don't know, Genesis 1. Oh, I need to change my layout. That's in the lower third. I want full screen. And I don't want the reference. Hide. There we go. So now we'll have this, and I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on. Screen configuration. All right, there we go. Now we got the right one. All right, so now if I do that the exact same way, now that's in presenter, that's what you see. So I can go through here, change the verses, all the other good stuff. So that's how it works. You just, you can get, now you can do other places like Pexels. Let me see. Let's go back and show you other places where you can get this stuff from. So you can go to like Pexels and do video. I don't know, blue background. So you can, get something like here, download this, and it works the exact same way. And actually, that person's stealing because this is actually from somebody else. And they're claiming that. Thankfully, there's no money in this, but they don't own that, to my knowledge. But anyway, hopefully that helps. Really straightforward. All right, back to Carl. He was saying the audio and video is delayed. Then that's the M1. That is the problem with that one. Need to get something a little bit faster for that one to help process that. And again, that's why I brought it up. Again, shameless plug. You can go over here and go to AJaytheCEO.com, and we can build you a custom streaming PC that can get you straight and that can run on anything for you, for your live stream. So let me put a link down there if y'all are interested in that. Custom streaming PC. All righty, let's go to our next one here. Brian was saying that the prompter has mounts for adapters. Thank you for that. I might look into that. The screen is still kind of small. I still got the my teleprompter is just big, but we'll see. Mitch Roy, hello. WK Digital Designs. Hi, AJ. Is it possible to use another mixer as an audio interface? Technically, yes, you can. You would just send the audio out. I mean, I've seen it a bunch of times. I used to even do this originally. You would send the audio into a smaller mixer, like a 4-channel one that has USB out or something, and it will give you just another connection right there to be able to do some audio. Like I used to use this Evo 1 that I did a review on. I haven't used this in years, but I would do the same thing here, and it just gave me a humongous dial here if I needed to do it. But, I mean, this acts as the same thing as a mixer, and it gave me USB out. You could do that as well. So, yes, that will work. Leon was saying, what do you think about Wirecast? Personally, I don't think it's changed with the times enough for me. I don't like the fact that, I mean, it's charging now a monthly fee. It used to be free. I personally don't like it like that. So, like, if we look in here now, I mean, it adds a bunch of stuff like that. I mean, that stuff is cool. But $35 a month or even annually, coming out to $24 a month, I just think that's kind of pricey, me personally. Can it do everything? Yeah. I mean, so let's do the math real quick. What is that? It's $24.92 times 12. That's $299 for that. And if we go to, let's just use vMix for example. That's $299, and that's version 26. And I still haven't got that one yet. I might need to upgrade to that. We'll see. But if I go here to the software, and I want to see the price. So, see, the HD version is like $50 more, and it gives you pretty much all the same features except for some of these instant replays and controls and stuff like that. Ooh, this one has vertical. I might have. I don't know about that. That's for me. But again, it's a lifetime license, so you could pay the $350, and then that's it. and you have all these functions the entire time. Now, if you want to upgrade, they just charge you the difference in price, so you don't have to do that. I mean, you could go with the subscription there, and that gives you everything. But again, that's $50 a month. So if we do that, $50 a month times 12, you're at 600. You're $100 shy of what the 4K one's going to be. And then if you buy this for 2 years, you've already paid for the Pro. So you'll be paying continuously for something that you would have paid for from there. So that's just my personal opinion, especially with other options. Again, yes, I did go to vMix. That was mainly because the community wanted me to do videos about it. But, you know, it all depends. I just don't like the Wirecast, just me personally. I used to use it originally when I was doing live streaming and stuff like that at the very, 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 very beginning of everything. But wait a minute. I was looking at, oh, I got 26. I don't know what they tripping. I thought I didn't have version 26. But anyway, that's what I personally think. John, speaking of the person who won the bundle, John, I need to send you the tracking information. I got it. I didn't send it to you, but we got that for you. Hey, AJ, should I use a fiber optic HDMI cable to connect the camera to the ATEM? I mean, you can. I got a smaller one that I'm using for Rising Mount Zion. That works perfectly fine. If it's 25, anything that's over 20 feet, I would go with a fiber optic HDMI. Also, John, your stuff should be there the 4th, January 4th. That's when everything's supposed to be there to you. Shane and Hannah, we're a small church in Boston, UK. We use an ATEM Pro to live stream. Okay, cool. Capture and Camera 212. Hey, AJ, what smooth moving joystick would you recommend? It's a bunch of them. This is the AVCams one that I use. Honestly, the shell is the same, but they have an updated firmware. This is what I'm currently using. The Famaco one that I have been so negligent on reviewing because that's just been running around. This one is really cool as well, too, and it gives you a connection so you can see the video feed over the network directly to the joystick. This is cool. This one also can control NDI cameras as well, too. Been meaning to do a review on this one. I'll probably do that while I'm recording all the other updated course material for the classes. So either one of those will work. Shane, back to you saying you're streaming with the ATEM Mini Pro. Yeah, if that works for you, that's fine. If you don't have, but if you ever plan on wanting to output what the ATEM is seeing to the TVs, but you still want to see the multi-view, that's where I would recommend go to the ATEM Mini Extreme. But I think you're still good. Back to WDK. So audio out from the main mixer to another mixer and then connect to the PC for live streaming via OBS. Yes, that's what work. Yep, you are welcome. Anthony, can you show us how to get the animated lower thirds to work again in OBS after the last update it stopped working? Sure, it's kind of finicky sometimes, and you just got to walk back through the process again. So here is the OBS bundle that I've been version 3, which now supports, what's the languages that we support now? We support French, German, and Spanish. So always looking to add more stuff to that. But let's get this working. And again, it's going to be looping. No, that's capturing the screen. I need another capture device I could use for this. Let's see if we can get my Sony here. Give me a half a second, folks, so I can get my mount on here. Turn our camera on. And USB streaming. Yes. Got that on. Let's plug in the cable. All right. And there it goes. Activate. So yay. All right, so we got this on here. So we want to turn on our lower thirds. The first thing we need to do is we need to make sure you go in here. Now, I'm going to actually just gut the whole thing, and let's do this all over again. Remove. So first we're going to do is make a source. So the first thing you need to do is, this is just for me. It has always worked this way for me. When you get our animated lower thirds, place them inside on this folder. I put mine inside of a folder called OBS Bundle. Do not put them in your program files or the OBS stuff. It's just Windows makes it lock down a lot more than you need to. So I just always make another folder. You can put it anywhere you want. Just don't put it in the program files or anything like that. So we got the animated lower thirds here. First, I would go through every single file and right click, go to properties, make sure it does not have blocked, uncheck all of those. Do every single file that comes with that. And then once you get there, do the same thing on these files. So we need this to be our browser source. So what I'm gonna do is right click on here. We're gonna copy as path. And let's come back in here. We're gonna make a new browser source. And we'll call this lower thirds, animated lower thirds. And then what is going to be your path? So you could do a local file, and then this is where we would paste that path right there. My width is 1920 because I know my layout. Height, excuse me, 600, that works fine. So I'll put it there and slide it down. And then you do the same thing for the lower thirds control over here. You would come over here to docs, custom docs, do the Bible lower third, and then you would copy, right click, copy path, and you would place that here. And then that will give you this. All right, so now let's test it. We're gonna put our stuff here. Let's put a new logo here. Let's see if I can use my OBS, my official logo here. We do transparent. Yeah, let's do transparent. All right, so we okay. Now if we turn it on, if we do everything right, look, it's not working. Yay, I'm glad it didn't work. So now, this has been some type of an issue. So this is how I've solved this. Let's go back to properties. So it doesn't like this, right? Do this. Go ahead, right click on the browser source, copy as path, open up a new web page, and paste it. And why is it not doing it now? Of course it would falter on me right there. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I did this wrong. Let's double click on this. And see, it opens it up in the browser. Doesn't show anything, right? Copy this path from here. Now you'll see the difference. Now when we come in here, uncheck local file and paste it. And see, it does all this address here like it's a file. Now okay it. And now let's turn it on. And there it goes. And that logo is doing that because you need the logo in a certain place. I hate when it does that. Let's copy. This is why I say put all the files in one location, because I don't know why it's doing all of this. Animated lower thirds, logos. I just paste it here. And let's try it again. I don't know why it's locking to a certain folder, but there you go. So again, try and copy the path. If it doesn't show up, because originally it would, open up that browser file in your web page. So we come in here to web page, it open it like this, copy that path, come back here to properties, uncheck local file, and if you just do paste, it pastes it in this long format, which is pretty much the slashes are opposite. Spaces do a %20, all this other stuff. But just do it that way, and then it will show up great for you. So we check it one more time, and there you go. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, I know it's a pain. Because originally the file path used to work, and then some update kind of messed up something. This wasn't the recent update, but hopefully that helps you. Leon. And again, folks, if you haven't, please go ahead and hit that like button. We got about 79 people on here with 26 likes. It really helps a lot. And again, I recommend that you do this as well for your ministry. YouTube and the algorithm looks at the first 30 seconds of a video. If people have clicked away from it or haven't liked it, it helps push it to more people. So again, that's why I ask. Make sure you ask that as well too. Leon, let me get this camera out the way so I can see. We use Worship Tools Presenter for us. We love it because it's cloud-based, and we also can work from home. And then when we get to the church, to service, we open up in-house. Exactly. That's another added feature I like about it as well too. Iglesia Trinity, the Indian land. Yeah. Hey, AJ, can you build computers with built-in Decklink Duo 2 to handle? Yes, actually, I have built those for a couple of churches as well too. So yes, I can. And you said the Decklink Duo. I'm having a pause here for a second. Hold on. I'm tripping because I have one of those Decklink Duos that was right here. Oh, it's right. But yeah, so one of these, the Decklink Duo 2. So yes, I have one. Actually, I built a church for a computer. UPS lost it. I bought everything all over again. Then UPS found it. So I have the exact duplicate system. This is actually the system I use for my own cast server. So that's what I was using. But yes, we have built them. This one has only been used once for a video. So I actually had it out to show somebody yesterday. But yes, we can do that. Art, hello, brother Art. Robert, hello. Army Ministries, hello. Thank you for this year, AJ. We have greatly been assisted by your ministry right here on YouTube. Well, thank you. I'm glad something I'm doing is helping. I appreciate that. Fonwayo gifted a membership. Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you as well, too. Anthony, it looks like he was the recipient of that. Thank you so much. Daniel, is multi-streaming through OBS as good as going through Restream? It is as good as your system can handle and your upload speed can handle. Restream is doing it on their side, so it probably will flow better. But again, if you do it through the OBS side and your computer's fast enough, then guess what? It's free. Your computer's fast enough and your upload speed is fast enough. So again, one thing I would honestly say, check this yearly, is go and test your internet speed, see what it is, and see if they offer anything better. So I'm going to do this right here in front of y'all. So like right now, I don't know why they're picking Orange. I'm going to pick Richmond. If I run my stuff, I am using Fios. I have 1,000 up and 1,000 down. So that is my download speed. But again, I still do this because if the stuff is cheaper and I get more service for the same price, we're going to change. So that's close to 1,000 download speed. Upload speed is sequential, so it's about the same, about 900. So if I go to in the area, also, let me actually do this as well too, because I've been recommending this service to a bunch of people, and thankfully it has gotten a lot better. So let me go to a church that I know I've been working with, but their internet speed is horrible because it's not anything good out in that area. Let me see if Starlink is in that area, which I'm sure it is at this point, because their coverage is outstanding right now. So let's put in the address, and I want to see is it available. And look, Starlink is literally available everywhere, at least in this area, and where that church is, Starlink is there as well too. So great option right now if you want to get some better internet there. But again, let's just look and see what the options are. Please go and always look and see what's available in your area. Give me a half a second so I don't put my address in here so y'all can see that. Give me half a second. All right. So obviously internet is here. I want to see what they're offering for speed. So if I do home internet. So right now, actually see, and the price has gone down. I was paying $80, and now for a gig up and down, it's $65. But even if I went to 300 up and down, that's still more than fast enough for live streaming. That's $25. So please, 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 please go look at what's available in your area, and don't get grandfathered into stuff, because they have no business of telling you whether you can get faster services for cheaper prices. So be mindful of that. In Lebanon, if y'all are listening, Lebanon Baptist, Starlink is in your area. Back to Robert Moore. My PTZ cameras vibrate during praise and worship. Any way you can fix this, a stronger mount. Now, I've Jimmy rigged some stuff. One thing, let me show you one thing. Hold on. All right, I don't know where they are in my garage, but what I ended up doing for greater faith, I ended up getting some isolation blocks that go under a dryer, and I screwed that into the mount between that and the wall. So let me see if I can find them here. All right, so here to go. So I ended up getting some of these for shock absorbers. So I put this in between the wall and the mount. Now, the issue was, for me, I ended up having to do way more just than this, because they had a brand new air conditioning unit put in the ceiling behind where this is. And every time it turned on, it shook the whole thing. So what I ended up doing with that is camera mount. I mean, it was overkill, but it worked, because I haven't heard them say anything about it. And honestly, the thing is god ugly. I wish they had something that was smaller, but this was really meant for cars. So if you put a mount on a car and you have a camera, it was meant to absorb all of that. Yeah, there it goes. This thing right here, I put the mount against the wall, and then put this on the end of the mount and the camera, and that absorbed everything for that. So I don't know. I've been wanting to come up with something to help with that because that is a known issue with a bunch of other folks. So still in the process of working on that. Rabbi, hey AJ, is there a way to remotely turn on and turn off TVs in the church without using a remote? We have multiple screens, and turning on each one with a different remote is a tad bit. You could use an RF. You could just put get a universal remote, but you want to turn them off remotely. The only thing else I could say with that is, depending on the TV, sometimes if you kill power to the TV and give power to the TV back on, it turns itself on. I don't know the type of model. Give me an example of the type of models, and then let me see what we can come up with. Back to Carl. What PC do you recommend me use for the setup for the church? Honestly, it's your processor. Me personally, I like the Ryzen 5 5600G because that is a 6-core, 12-thread processor, and it has a GPU built in, which is more than enough to handle for the encoding. And that's mainly it. You need a graphics card and at least a 6-core or higher processor that can handle everything. That's what I would personally say. Like even some mini PCs, like this mini PC I got right here. This mini PC, I've actually used this one before. This one is a Ryzen 5. I got this from Amazon. This was going for $290. This has a 1 terabyte drive, 16 gigs of memory, 2 display outs, DisplayPort HDMI, and it has that same Ryzen 5 GPU and everything. This is more than fast enough for live streaming. This is actually a computer I'm donating to a church because their computer is horrible. Mainly because somebody didn't take care of the computer and it just got so much junk on it. So this is a church I'm working on. I actually bought this for them. They don't even know because their stuff is just slow. But that'll work. And that computer, again, was very cheap and it's small. So let me show you which one that is. Yeah, so that's this. So again, I bought 2 of them. I bought one for one ministry, and I ended up buying another one for other ministry because I know they're going to get one soon. So again, that's the Ryzen 50. That's a 5560, but it still has the same stuff. That's more than enough. Actually, this is a 500 gig in here. You could add another drive into it, but that's more than enough for the live streaming if you really, really, really wanted to do something like that. So I will put a link to that. And let me know how that works. I think a bunch of people have used those, and they've been happy with them. New Year's Eve Q&A, probably not. Also, roundtable, probably not either. But we'll pick back up in January, second week of January. Caleb, the 3700X is still a good processor for live streaming in 2023. Yes, it is. This is exactly that processor. This is the 3700X. This is what I used to live stream with, and this used to be this video editing system. Then I moved it to my live streaming, and now this is an extra one that I have left over. I'm probably putting it in some system, but this is the Ryzen 7 3700X. More than enough. Even if you have like a simple graphics card, that processor is fast enough to handle the live streaming and the computing and not necessarily need a GPU either. Sorry, when I went in the garage, it seemed like Amazon delivered something. I don't know. Okay, that's my sheathing that I was looking for and some plates, Keystone plates. And a monitor for install I'm doing as well too. Okay, thank you for stopping by. Back to G. Albert. Do you know of a live stream media ministry site that hosts a marketplace? No, I am not aware of any. Anthony, I'm still using the original ATEM. Can you show me how to add pictures and do the picture in picture with it? The original is the controls for that, and I might have access to another original because I'm updating a church's one hopefully tomorrow. I went there and we missed our calendars with each other, but to turn on the picture in picture, it's going to be under your transition. That's what that is, the key, not the DSK. It'll be under the key. That's what's going to turn on the picture in picture. So the controls under that will be under upstream key. That's where all of that's going to be adjusted. That's how you turn that on and off. So like if I turn that on right now, see, that's what you're seeing right there in the lower corner. And if I play with these settings, let's do 0.5. That's where the size and everything is going. That's where the original that's how you would control that. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Allen and Heath CQ18T for a first digital mixer for a small audience? Let me see that. Look that up. CQ18T. I say that's expensive in comparison. I personally have not used this. How many? It's an 18 channel. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like it would be bad, but again, I haven't personally used it, so I'm not 100% sure. Touchscreen interface, 2 headphone jacks in the front. Let's see. I don't like when they do these pictures. They don't show enough of the jacks there to actually see. So those are outs, 6 outs with your mains. I think those are inputs. Can't tell from the reading. That's a foot switch, left and right. Yeah, so 6 outputs. That's a weird placement for that network right there, but I don't know. Again, it's kind of hard for me to say without me personally using it. I don't think it would be a problem, but I mean, if it gives you the functionality of it, I think that would be kind of cool. Sam wants to know, what is, in my opinion, the best digital mixer for under $3,000? The X32. You can get the X32 for about, the big X32 for half that price. With a 32 channel Snake would give you right at $4,000. That's my personal opinion. Daniel, hey AJ, would you advise a church to store most of its data and videos on a network attached storage? I mean, I would say yes, that's how I do mine, but then my final stuff, I would leverage Facebook or YouTube's storage and put my final stuff there. I just like here with me, I have a NAS that I keep my stuff on. Actually, I have 2 NASs here. So like for me, like Avalon, which covers up a bunch of these, and then like Avalon is a 30 terabyte NAS that I have that keeps all of my videos for the last 2 years. So when we go into January, I'm going to delete 21. And this is just the raw footage of everything I've ever recorded on here. So like, oh, Ireland. Yeah, I never saw that video. So this is everything when I went to Ireland. Then I guess I should have put something up there. That was the park right across the street from my hotel. But anyway, I might need to save this one. But normally this is where I keep everything, all the raw footage of everything there. And then the finals is what I keep somewhere else. So like the final recordings, these are all the final videos that I've ever uploaded. 977 of these. But then most of these are the final ones that I've also uploaded to YouTube, Vimeo, and stuff like that. That's how I typically use mine. So I use the NAS for local storage for 2 years, keep all the ISO recordings of everything, always keep the finals. And then after that, if you have more storage, maybe you can keep it longer. But I like that. Isaac off of Facebook. Good morning, sir. I'm having issues with my ATEM not streaming. The on-air button blinks. Is it due to cache? If so, how do you clear it? Well, first, if the cache is not saying it's full, then it's not the cache. The other thing I've noticed when it comes to that is if it's blinking, first off, where you're streaming to, most of the time when it's blinking, it means it hasn't established a connection or it's not a reliable enough connection. So that's out of habit. Even though I use persistent keys, I always go through and copy the key again just to make sure. I would need to know that first, where you're streaming to first, and we can address that later. Chad, hello. We got John here. Hello. I'm talking about that meetup there. Anthony. Hey, AJ and crew, what is good external storage unit that's compatible with Windows and Mac? Well, we were just talking about that. So, again, I'll show you the exact one since y'all were talking about NASs. I do want to get a newer one. I don't really need one, but I think I'm getting one for more storage space, for a bigger storage space. So right now, I have the DS18. What is that other one? Oh, that's doing an upgrade. Oh, there it goes. It was doing an update. So let's do the other one. Round table. Come on. No thanks. So no thanks. No thanks. All right, let me see the exact model it was. Yeah, this is the 1821. That's this one. And then I don't know. I think the other one was a 5-unit one, so it's not this one. I think it is the 1522. I don't recall. Hold on 1 second, and I will let you know. And again, I like these because I can swap in drives and add whatever to it if I need to. And this is the 418. Yeah, so they don't even have this one on here anymore. That was my first one that I started. No, this one is the first one. That's actually in the garage. I could still use that one, but it's slow. Yeah, they don't carry that one anymore. But the reason I was going to get this one is because of how many storage spaces I have. I also am able to add a 10 gigabit connection on here. So I was thinking about just getting this expansion to that to add more space if I wanted to. But that's where I personally use. I add a 10 gigabit connection. They have a 25 gig in there, but that's what I have. So it's on a 10 gigabit backbone on all my network. My main computers are connected on a aggregate 10 gigabit switch that connect directly to that as well as the internet. So that works great for there. So let me show you that. I know this is outside of the NAS stuff, but I mean, it helps. And you logged me out. Hold on. It's nothing the matter with security, but sometimes it gets in the way. Sometimes. All right. So, like, if I go to my network now, so if I come in here, So we got our stuff. We got a 10 gigabit connection to my aggregate switch. And then that is going to my PoE switch that's behind me. There's Avalon. That is a 10 gigabit connection. My computer is a 10 gigabit. Back to the other switch just to the right of me. That's a 10 gigabit connection. That goes to my streaming PC, my Mac, then my other PoE switch for my stuff over here, printers, the PTZ optics camera. All of that is being powered off of the PoE, the BZB gear. Then the round table is the smaller NAS, and that's building the network and everything. And the web presenter is actually streaming to Facebook. But that's the network. There's the PlayStations, all this other stuff, access points, the phone, controllers. Yeah, I'm showing all my stuff, whatever. My daughter's stuff, the access point for the third floor, my hyperdeck, the ATEM, my phones, the power strips, my phone, my business phone, doorbell, all this other stuff. So anyway, that was more me talking about stuff that wasn't really that important. But yes, that's the NAS I use. I use the Synology ones. I've been using them for over 10 years. I'm really happy with those. Chad saying, we currently are using Cast to distribute the live stream. This includes video on demand for pre-recorded services. Do you know of any other services that offer this? We're currently paying $20 a month. Restream does that. StreamYard, Restream, a bunch of those do that. I don't know if it's in that $20 price, though. Edward, good morning, Merry Christmas. Well, good morning, Merry Christ, the Messiah, and Happy New Year. Is there any option in Presenter that shows the Bible details, the book description versus IE? Yeah, you just have to turn that on, that setting on. So, like, for example, let me close all of this. Let's open back up Presenter. And log in here. So when you do that, you need to just turn that setting on. So if I come back in here and I go back to the scripture that I was using, in your settings, that's where all of this is. Do you want to show the reference? I have mine as hidden. Let me go back to full screen so you can see. I go here to reference, I want to show it. I'll say bottom right. Do I want to show the translation? I have mine as hidden. I do show. So if I launch it now, see now it does that. So if I do this output, that's what it shows up as. So yes, you can show all of that. It's just the settings inside of Presenter when you're presenting your stuff that gives you that option. You can do this on a slide basis, or if you do that as your defaults, that will always show everything. So do you want to always show the reference and all stuff? That's here under your main setting if you want to do that permanently. So that is an option. Jerry. Hi, AJ. Could you recommend a better quality camera to replace the Canon R800 that is used for a still shot? Well, I mean, you could. I don't know if the Panasonic, because I mean that R800 was the GOAT for a long time, and they discontinued it. Let me see what's still in place. I mean, it all depends on the budget. Honestly, I would think maybe the V770, they don't do that anymore, but the Panasonic V785, that is kind of like the newer model of that same camera that actually, I remember I actually donated that to Josh. Josh, are you still using that? I haven't seen Josh in a minute. Hope he is doing well. But this is the updated version of the 770. Anything lesser than this is not going to give you a different image quality. It's going to be about the same. I mean, I guess they do have this Panasonic this 580K, but when it comes to price, I mean, you're paying maybe $70 more for that. So I guess those are your two options. And I'm looking at B&H Photo and Best Buy. And actually, this is an open box. So actually, I don't even know if they do this one anymore. Let's see. Camcorders. Yeah, so that's 460. All right, you're talking about that same one. You're going from maybe like 327, but honestly, in comparison, this one is better. At least from my experience, the 770, I was always happy with that. So, Michael, hey AJ, is there a way to live stream to TikTok using the YOLO box? I believe they added that update on there. I haven't updated my YOLO box in a minute, so I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. Hold on. See, it's like trying to keep up with all the stuff is just an interesting dilemma. The nicest way I can say it. I don't even know. And this is the in stream. The other one, the regular yellow box is over there. I want to see if it has an update that shows it on here. Come on. I'm still just waiting for it to start up. Trying to remember my login. And I forgot my password. So I'm going to have to come back to this, but I will let you know once all this pops up, and I'll see what happens with this. Oh. Actually, they sent me an email for my code, so give me a second. All right. Hold on. I got in, so let me set my password. Come on. I know this is boring. My bad, folks. All right. Yes, it does support TikTok because I don't know if you can see the TikTok logo right there. So, yes, it does. So, I actually need to install an update, but it does have it on there. So, yay for those that were asking. Let's close this. Capture it. Appreciate you, AJ. Can you put the model number of the first controller you showed and this car been used since the start? Okay, well, thank you. And I will put a link here in a second. Yeah, I'll put a link to this exact one. And actually, it's $100 off. No, $50 off compared to what I used. So there it goes there in the chat. Back to Anthony. And I have another question. I have two AVCANs 20X PTZs. When we zoom, it gets blurry. How do you adjust it so it doesn't happen? Most likely the autofocus is not turned on. You can turn that on directly from the camera with the remote or with the joystick. So like with this one, this joystick, so right here, I have the autofocus. Well, that's auto exposure, and then autofocus is right here. If I turn that off, so I can actually do it on this camera. Let me turn it here because it's a universal control. So if I turn this on and I turn off autofocus, so if I, of course it's not going to do it now. So that's auto exposure turned off, auto white balance turned off. So autofocus. So now if I try and zoom in, yeah, it's still doing the autofocus. Maybe that's the PTZ Optics one. But normally if I turn the autofocus on, that would take care of this one. I guess it's still set for some odd reason, but I would check that. You go into the camera. That's where you can make that setting as well too, to adjust that. Yes, it was. Did I spell it wrong? Actually, you're talking about Jerry Rig. I actually got I watched his stuff on YouTube. He's actually building a bunker underground, which is interesting. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, I think it's Jerry Rig Everything. Actually bought one of his knives. That's what I actually use for my stuff there. So he's a cool guy. That knife right there I actually bought, and they're building a bunker in their backyard. So has a calming spirit when he talks. So anyway, talks about a lot of tech stuff and stuff like that. He's actually building a wheelchair company. He did that off of his girlfriend, who's now his wife, and does stuff like that. So really does some good stuff too. Back to Anthony. Can I attach a phone camera to an A10 mini stream as a mobile camera? I would like to use it. No, unless you have some type of adapter that will convert it over to a physical HDMI input. Kind of like with the Blackmagic camera app for the iPhone, I have a dongle that connects to my phone that will convert it out to HDMI. Then yes, I could use it that way. But no, wirelessly, no. Unless you use some type of wireless adapter, connect to your ATEM, and it's bridged to your phone, then no, you would need to have a physical connection for the ATEM. Hey, Brandon, do you suggest multi-streaming to multiple platforms? Yes, multiple streams of ministry. It doesn't hurt. Like right now, I'm streaming to Twitch. Let's actually, I didn't bring up the chat because most of the time it's a bunch of bots that are on there. But like right now, I'm streaming here to Twitch. So I'm streaming here. Where else are we streaming to? I think I am streaming. Oh, no, that link directly here. Normally, I would stream here, so I must have. Oh, I need to replace the embed code. I didn't update that. So normally, I would be streaming to here, Facebook. We're also on Facebook. So, I mean, we're streaming here as well, too. And then, obviously, we're on YouTube. So, I mean, I believe in streaming to multiple places. Because you just never know. When it comes from a ministry standpoint, you just don't know who's watching and what audience that you can reach. Because, something that you're saying, even if it's only one person there on TikTok or Instagram, if they get the message and they need to hear it, is it beneficial? I think that's kind of my mindset. All right, so you have the high sense. The high sense ones, I believe if you kill the power to it and turn it back on, it will power on. At least has been my experience with the ones that I've used. You could just kill the power. Like you can put like a smart adapter on the outlet and turn it off and turn it back on. That might be an option. Or depending on how you have it connected, like with my PlayStation upstairs, they have control by HDMI, which I believe those TVs have. And once it sends a signal, it will turn everything on automatically. But again, I don't know how you have your stuff set up. Dale, who just recently subscribed, new here, lots of wisdom. Thanks for sharing. Question: after service, what does your post-production process look like? Video streams, etc., getting it all stored, uploaded, and ready for the next week. Honestly, since I'm not physically at a media ministry right now that I'm responsible for, before COVID, I used to actually do a church post-production live stream where I went through all that stuff. So right now it might go into something like that next year. I don't know. Where we do more stuff. But originally it used to be I would make a podcast, I would make the sermon videos, I would do the choir by itself, I do posts, and I went through all of that. And honestly, just in the last 2.5 years, really haven't done that in a while, but might go back into doing that. Are you building up a church? I mean, currently I'm working on a bunch of other places, but I mean, that's one of the goals was for me to buy an old church and remodel it, but not yet. Carl, okay, do you sell a system that is made for a church? If so, give me a website. Yes, I do. That is the one that I put a link there to. I will put a link to that there. And I thought I put it in here, but custom streaming PCs. And typically it takes me about 7 days to turn it around, especially it might be a little bit longer just because of the holiday going into the new year, but it doesn't take me that long to spin it around. And that link I put down there, and it goes from right there. And I think I have to change the shipping here by $10 because I got notified that by UPS today for that. So I need to bump that up by $10, and I'll do that now. Let me do one last question because I actually started early. We're going on 2 hours. I have still been a little timid about installing OBS from your bundle. Can you tell me your practice of applying software updates to OBS? Well, honestly, I have 3 computers here. So this is my main computer. I don't live stream on this one. So I'll put OBS on here and play around with it. This computer over here is the one that I'm actually, let's actually do it here. So the one over here is the one that's doing the live streaming right now. That's what's running there. That is the last one that I actually installed. But honestly, it doesn't really matter because I use vMix on here. So sometimes I'll put OBS on here and then I play around with that. But for me, I always use some type of dev system to install my stuff, and I play around with it first. So this system, since I don't live stream with this one, this is what's considered the one that I do development on to make sure I don't have any issues with it. Then I roll it over to here. Even though I don't live stream with OBS anymore on this one, I'll still play around with it, but all of my setup is here. I make sure my audio, the cameras, everything work. And then after I know it's fine, then I roll it out to the other clients I have access to input the stuff there. And just to let you know, the update is done. So on here, it is Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Zoom, YouTube. That's what they have right now. So I would like to see them add X and some other stuff on there as well, too. But I think let's grab 2 more. Grown Folk City, greatly appreciate your expertise. I've been a subscriber for 9+ years. You've always been generous with your knowledge. Hey, well, thank you. I'm glad it helps. And thank you for being a subscriber for that long. Good morning, Dr. AJ. We're streaming to Facebook and YouTube using the persistence key. So are you recommending that every Sunday I really reestablish the key? Not reestablish the key, just in a habit of always copying it and pasting it just in case. I always do that just in case they change it. Because Facebook, at one time, they changed it when something happened, and then I had to go back and do that all over again. That's it. And I must be really, really, really behind because I'm not seeing on the post. So I said I was going to be done, but it looks like we got a lot more comments because I haven't even caught up to where we're at yet. So my bad on that. Hey, AJ, we have a field word video switcher, but thinking about changing the A10 Mini or the OC Go Stream. What are your suggestions? I would still go with the A10 Mini Extreme. I've had a couple of people had a few issues with the OC Go. Not something detrimental, but I still want to test it before. That's why I haven't really given my sign off on that yet. Still playing around with that. I got an update I need to do that actually adds the NDI function to it. So I'm still playing around with it. One of the issues I had with it, if anybody was using it for like streaming, I can't get audio from my consoles to go into it. I don't know what's going on with that. So still trying to play around with that issue. Let's see. Creative for Fun. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Back to Daniel. Hey AJ, God bless you for all you do. I've been trying to get the lower third plugin for OBS to work for a week now. I follow your tutorial to the letter, but when I use the hotkey or toggle on any of the lower thirds, it does not turn blue like yours. Any thoughts? Try and switch to a different command key. What are your command keys that you're using? If you're using the defaults, try and switch it to something else and try and go through. Because mine stopped working because there was another program, I think like the Stream Deck or something like that, was using those keys and it was overriding them. So try and switch it to something else to see if that works for you. Y'all are funny. Let's see. Hey, AJ, thanks for all you do. What budget-friendly camera would you recommend for taking pictures in a small church? Well, it all depends. I still like my my Sony here for that. I mean, this is normally what I used to use for vlogging, but since I've been doing a lot, I don't want to take this to drop this. But this is what I take for pictures, and it gives me this interchangeable lens, which I have not used for any needs of that, but this one works fine for me when I was taking pictures. And this is the EV10, what I use for that. Back to Shane and Hannah. What's a good USB hard drive for the A2 Mini Pro? The SanDisk 1 terabyte. That is what I use for all of my installs and I use personally. This is a 2 terabyte one, but I have 3 of these, and I also have another 1 terabyte inside my Tesla for the Sentry mode recording. Really like those. And they used to be 160, and I think now they're going for, actually, let's look. They change all the time. Oh, they're down for $85 now. Last time I bought it, it was over 100. So these are the ones that I use all the time. You can see how many times have I ordered it? 16 times. So this is the exact one that I use personally and the ones that I include when I do an install when somebody wants one. So SanDisk 1 terabyte SSD. I'll put that in the comments. And this is one that Blackmagic recommends as well, too. Charlene's Outreach. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Do you have a code for the A2 Mini Pro? Yes, I do. I actually just ordered one, but yeah, ordered one earlier this month. But I will put that here for you. There you go, and thank you for that. Well, thank you. Yeah, it probably did an autocorrect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy what you got here, and I will fix that now. Thank you for that. Like I said, I definitely need help with the stuff that I am doing, and I will update that here shortly. Now, where was that on the YouTube channel or was that on the... All right, let me just look and see. I need to fix it myself. But thank you for that. No, it's not there. It has to be on the YouTube channel. I got you. So let me fix that. What else do y'all have going on for today? I think I'm supposed to be going some... I thought I had that. I thought, Where was that spelling at? Let me know because I'm not seeing it where I'm assuming this was. I must be looking in the wrong place. Let me know where that is and I'll make that correction. I appreciate that. Dr. Shane and Hannah, what's the best way to stream to YouTube and Facebook? We have the A10 Mini Pro. At the moment, we're using the A10 Mini Pro to live stream. If you're using the A10 Mini Pro, use Caster or Restream to do both. That's what I would use. Oh, you should know the answer to this question. Do you prefer Mac or Windows machines for the church media? Windows. Mainly because of the cost. And just the performance. It used to be back in the day, I used to get a Mac in college because they were the best for video editing and photography. I still use my Mac for After Effects because Adobe is horrible in updating the optimization for here. Like I use Photoshop. I have 64 gigs of memory in this computer. I open up Photoshop and 2 browsers, and all of a sudden they're saying it's out of memory. I'm like, you're crazy. It's a bad memory leak. But outside of that, I don't see any reason. I personally don't have a reason to where there's software, unless you're using After Effects, that I would need something particular for that, because ProPresenter has been rewritten that runs good on Windows. All the other presentation software works on Windows or Mac. So I don't see a reason, except for you just like the aesthetics or the environment. That's me personally. Richard. Hey, AJ, we talked a couple of weeks ago on the phone. Thank you. Got most stuff in. Ordered the fiber HDMI like you suggested instead of the converters. I need to split one cable. Thanks. Hey, you are welcome. And I realized that's what I have to do. I need to go to the VA. They've been dragging their feet on picking up some stuff, so I'm going to head up there real quick. We need you on TV network. I was actually in talks with somebody about doing something like that, but I appreciate it. I'd love to do that. Need to have more teams, so it's not me running all over the place. Ty, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. Hey, good morning. And honestly, you know what? I might even do a part 2 to this afternoon. Maybe I'll do something to show how I would do editing videos and stuff like that. I do have access to a couple of videos I could edit that stream to my platform, so I can pull that and use it for an example. Hoffman Stream, hello there. Is a question about? Yeah, you can ask whatever question you got. Jeffrey, do you have a video on how to set up the alpha key in ProPresenter using the second HDMI cable going into the ATEM? No, I don't have one directly for that. I might have to make something, but no, I don't personally have that. I do have a setup. I could do that, but I have to work on that. But no, directly I don't. From Leroy, what HDMI splitter gives you individual monitor views and not multiply, giving all monitors the same number view? You're talking about you need a multi-view. The one I had was from Ori. I think that's still in the garage that I have here. That's the one I would use. UTV. Have you tested any remote PTZ control over the internet? If so, what do you use? Remote PTZ control, like as in over the internet, meaning that it's somewhere completely different from where I'm at? If that's the case, no, I have not. Theoretically, you could do it if you do a bridge network between their networks and somewhere else. Like I did a bridge between the church I did down in New London, between their Unify switch and mine, so I can talk to their stuff as if I'm on their network, so I can control their sound system, all the stuff like that. But no, anything other than that. There we go. Mac, no. More people, Mac. Gandana CM, can you explain me how to connect the Blackmagic Web Presenter HD to a camera? Well, I mean, it has, I'm using the Web Presenter right now. That's what's streaming. And of course, I'm in the way, so you're not going to be able to see it. And no matter which way I move, you're not going to be able to see it. I don't have a cable. Hold on. All right, sorry about the delay. Gotta hook this stuff up. All right, so get rid of this display. All right, so that is the web presenter. Why is the camera showing like that? Oh, it must be the resolution. Anyway, that's where my web presenter is connected. And right now, in the back of the web presenter, you have an SDIN. That is what I'm connected right now. So if you want to connect the camera, you're going to need to use a converter. And I can't. So right now, see, I have a converter right there that's going SDI to HDMI. You would need something in reverse if you have an HDMI camera. So you would need to have the HDMI go into that, convert it to SDI, and then that would feed into the web presenter, and then that's what you're seeing. But right now, I'm using the SDI out from my streaming PC. That's going into a splitter, and then the other SDI is going into my web presenter. That's what you can see. They're streaming right now. And then the HDMI out was actually going to here. So I have it in reverse, but it only accepts SDI in. So you need to convert whatever HDMI into that format. So hopefully that works. So again, sorry for the jumping around. I didn't know why it was doing that. It must be the resolution that I'm using. Oh, well. Yeah, I think it doesn't show the output on the screen if it's in 4K, if it's doing HDMI out. All right. John, I saw you were setting up a new website with training. It seems like everything's showed coming soon. What is going to be when? What is going to be and when are you expect functionality? This is where I got to finish recording the stuff. The main thing is hopefully it's going to be sooner than February 1st, but that's going to be the cutoff that I have for that. So the main thing is, let me see if I can actually go into the back end and show you what we got so far. And see, most people don't show you the stuff like this. So right now, the course content, going over everything. So these are the ones like the welcome class session that I already have for here. And I need to change all my logos because I worked on that. Going through the topics, joining the Facebook group, what is live streaming, going through that. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. Then we go over, so these are all the other classes I need to record. Upload speed matters, wireless hardware, wireless versus hardwired, live streaming, computer capture devices, cameras, multi-camera switches, video switches, streaming PCs, paid or free options, OBS, vMix, Ecamm Live, Wirecast, StreamYard, OBS settings, global settings, everything about OBS going through there. And anybody who joins the class gets a free copy of version 3 OBS bundle, vMix software, your platform, connecting everything, our workflow, interacting with the audience, rules of engagement, rules for the road, advanced features. These are all of these I have to re-record all of these recordings and update them for currently. That's what I have going on. Some other courses, like I said, that are in the works behind the scenes. That is church video announcements. We're going to be doing another one for OBS by itself, vMix by itself. But the main live streaming one, because I already had that course before, I'm just re-recording everything, updating everything, moving it onto my own platform. It's not like I got anything really going on outside of the projects. So just trying to get that and the book and stuff like that done. Hopefully it will be done before sometime in January. Patrick. At most, we use 3 confidence monitors and 2 projectors. For the live stream, we show the 2 camera views and whatever is on the projector. Is a 2ME Blackmagic Constellation overkill? No, because that's actually what I'm getting ready to buy for the install I'm doing in Ashburn for that very same reason. Philip Paul, hey, what's up? No, it's not late. I mean, we have been streaming for about 2 hours, so I'm about ready to cut it off here pretty soon. But nah, you're good. G. Albert, my Blackmagic ATEM studio is the hub of my church, linking cameras, web presenter, hyperdeck, and a computer. Thank you for everything. God bless you. Me and your family have a blessed new year. Thank you. You too. Much appreciated. Jonathan, hey AJ, I was wondering, do you know any good 3 display output, 2 input KVM switches that you would recommend? 2 display output. There was I don't know what drawer it was in. It was one that I had from Aura that did that. It's very, very reasonably priced. I think it was like $35, something like that. I don't recall it right now. I had it in the drawer somewhere. I just can't find it right now. Michael, hello. Let's see. And then John. Thanks, AJ. That training site looks like it would be an amazing resource for new AV people. You mentioned a book. Any updates on when it's coming out? Yeah, I honestly, it's like, since I really haven't had much. Once I finish this, it's mainly me sitting down, just finish writing the stuff out, because I'm balancing the stuff out. Me typing and writing stuff has been a pain. What I've been really doing is recording myself in audio, talking through everything, letting DaVinci Resolve convert it to text. Then I put the text in there, and I use AI to help try and correct any grammatical stuff without me having to go through it. That's what I've been doing, because it's just trying to balance everything has been the issue. Like, I think the other thing, that's why I was talking about at the beginning about going with my schedule. As much as I try and help, when I have a lot of people that call out of the blue, it kind of throws off what I'm doing. So I've had to really be more particular with my schedule. So technically, if nobody knows, Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays, my business is closed. I only do appointments from Tuesday to Thursday and then on Saturday. But the weeks my daughter is with me, I only do stuff locally. I don't do a lot of traveling for them. So it's most of the time I'm generous when people will call me, whatever. I'm not a jerk. I'll still answer their questions, but I've really had to cut back and go back to being very particular about what my time is so that I can do some stuff, which gives me more time, dedicated time to sit down and do those type of things. So we're going to be working on that. The video stuff for the website is not really that difficult. It's mainly just me sitting down and talking and re-recording the stuff. And it's just mainly just having the time to sit down and do that. But just got a lot of that stuff for my daughter, personal stuff that's bouncing around. It's just trying to juggle all that stuff that's been kind of a pain. And thankfully, we got like 7 installs that are going on right now. So like, let me give y'all an update before we close out here. So to let you know the projects that we're working on, we're going to, TCF Church, the one that I just recently did a video on, we're going to be back there. They're going to be like 3, maybe 4 phases up there of work. So that's going to be a while. They don't have any set date that they're supposed to be moving in, but they're building that whole building and everything like that. So this is going to be a while. I'll be bouncing back and forth with that. Spring Creek Baptist Church, we're going to be back there because the area where their baptismal area is that we did a lot of work for before. We're going to be putting in a projector in the ceiling and put some connections and stuff like that. That is coming up in the next week. Mount Tabor, that was a church I visited that's north of here near King's Dominion. We're going to be doing some work with them shortly. Union Branch, I did them a while ago. Their X32, their networking went out. It's been repaired. It's supposed to be coming back here soon. That's if they're watching. That's the church I'm donating the computer to. That's one of them. because their laptop is really slow. So we're going to be doing that and adding a new TV in the front. We're going to be doing that. Faith Community Baptist Church, that is a church here locally in Richmond. We're going to start with them. I talked to them about a year ago. This is 4 cameras, 3 TVs, pull down their old projectors, update their system. We're going to be doing that in the next week because for whatever reason, I ordered all that stuff during the holiday. It hasn't came to me yet. So it looks like it's supposed to be here Thursday of next week. So that got pushed back. We're still going to Birmingham, Alabama. That's in February. What else we got? We have St. Stephen's Church in D.C. We're going to be working with them. New Zion Baptist Church, that's where I'm going to be tomorrow. We also have New Hope. No, not New Hope. Holy Temple Church of God in Christ down the street from in Oxford, North Carolina. We're going to be starting their project pretty soon. I think their down payment is actually supposed to came in yesterday, but it'll probably be today. So I'll order all their stuff. So those are the projects that I have right now. I still have a Mount Sinai in Stafford, Virginia. I'm waiting to hear back from, and a couple of other things and other churches we're visiting. So a lot of stuff. Excuse me, St. Timothy. I think I said St. Stephen. St. Timothy is the one that all their stuff is actually supposed to be here pretty soon. That monitor that's on the floor, that's them, their ATEM. I'm waiting for their projector and some other stuff. So we got a lot of stuff that is coming up. Let's knock out these last few, and then we're going to be good to go. Also wanted to wish you a very happy new year, and thank you for all you do for the AV ministry around the world. You are an inspiration to us all and have helped so many people. Thank you so much. Benny Hinn, connecting laptop to TV through HDMI splitter, will it damage the laptop if there is any voltage fluctuations? I would hope you wouldn't get voltage fluctuations through the HDMI. I would always connect everything through a surge protector, and you should not have an issue. Just have everything connected that way. Notice that you've recently done some major projects. Are you aware of any churches are getting special funds, grants, loans, or programs, or is it typical, or is it primarily T&O? Honestly, most of the stuff that I think that's happening right now is we're at the end of the year, so a lot of churches are doing their budgets. So a lot of churches that I've talked to, this was added into their budget a while ago. And why did my stream go down? That's strange. It showed like my stream went down. I don't know if it's still there. But most of the time, these are churches that I've talked to a while ago, and a lot of times at the end of the year, they're setting their budget up for the next year. So that's where a lot of the stuff came through. And let me speed through here because I don't know what is going on with the stream here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Philip Paul, I recently tried out an old projector for overflow outside of the main hall. I ran a Cat 5e for the media and tried HDMI converter, but it's not stable. Yeah, because Cat 5e is not fast enough. You need to do a Cat 6 cable. Typically, to run Cat 5e, you need 2 of them with the adapter, and it doesn't. Cat 5e does not support 1080p. It doesn't have enough bandwidth to send that. A Cat 6 would probably correct that. Indeed. Does anyone know where I can get motion graphics non-copyright neither for wedding? Look at pexels.com or look at yeah, that's mainly where I go for that. Awesome. Back to Philip Paul. Then I tried a VGA connector. It was stable, but the video quality was blurry. Any way for me to get a better video to the projector? It's coming from amp. I mean, fiber optic HDMI, honestly, for that distance would be the best if you're doing that. Clint from Savannah, Georgia, just want to say thank you for all you do, and I wish I could show you what I've learned from you as we have our new church built. Thank you. Hey, you're welcome. I'm glad to be of help. Milton, many blessings. Do you do any projects in Puerto Rico? I've been to Puerto Rico 3 times. but I haven't had opportunity to do a project there. But hey, we travel. It's a hop, skip, and a jump for us to get out there. If you're interested, all you got to do is go to contact me at AJhomes.com consultations, and we can set up something and we can do some work out there for you. Rodney, good day, AJ. Thank you for all the amazing assistance from COVID till now and still going. God bless you and all your future endeavors, and Happy New Year from Tobago. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. And Happy New Year to you as well, too. Any audio splitter? I haven't used the audio splitter. I mean, typically, I would just split the cable, but it all depends on the type of audio that you're feeding in. Is it RCA, quarter inch, XLR? What's that connection? Pastor Liz, hello, AJ. A recommendation for a PTZ for our church and controller. Well, that all depends on the distance from where the camera's going to be going forward. I mean, I personally like the AV-Cans ones that I've been using. They're reasonably priced around like $450 on a good day, sub $500, and then a joystick. I have that in the comments earlier, but let me see. Just going from what you're saying, I'll do a link to both of these. So the one that I've used, oh, see, it's down now. See, this one is one I've used before. This is a $400 one. I'll put a link to that. And so they have a combination right here. You can actually do both of them because this is the joystick that I was going to recommend. You can do both of them, and that's going to get you around at $820. And that's honestly a very, very good deal for both of those. So I will put a link to that, and I've used them before. Great little cameras. Put that in the description there for you. How's Cat 7? Honestly, I think it's overkill. I personally have not used it. I don't have any reason for doing that, but I think it should be fine. Pastor Liz, yeah, that camera, the 20X, will be good for that. Anything higher than that, that's when I would go with a 30, but that 20X should be fine for you. Blessed Christmas and Happy New Year to you and all. Thank you, sir. I hope you have one as well. XLR, and honestly, I would just get a splitter for that or get a Y adapter for whatever the cable and split. You should be fine with that. Thank you. I appreciate it. And this is our last one here. Is there any way to listen to your audio input while using the A10 Mini Pro since it does not have a headphone jack? No. What you would need to do is use an audio extractor. And I've done this in a similar setup, and this will give you exactly what you need to be able to do that. So like for here, you would run the HDMI out into the in here, and I'm trying to get the back of it. So, and then you would have your connections here that you could go to. Let me actually pick a different one that actually shows some better pictures on it. I think this is the one I've actually used. So you would have the HDMI, come on now, connect the HDMI into your ATEM, then you have your HDMI out, will still connect to whatever. You can have an optical out or your headphone out, and then you can hear exactly what's going to the ATEM. That's what I've done as a workaround, or I would connect, if I was connecting it to like OBS or something like that, I would use the computer audio to listen that way. Thank you for the agreement. Yeah. Cat 7, nah, it's not needed for that. And I appreciate it. Thanks. Is AI any good for church setting? Is it worth the upgrade? Currently, right now, no. Again, I have these AI cameras. Again, I'm the only one here, and they work well. But in all the churches I've had, it's unless somebody is only one person on there, it can't lock to that person. Like when I tested the video, my daughter walked in front of me and the camera jumped over them. They're not smart enough yet to say lock onto this person and stay on that person. When it gets to that point, then yes, I would think it would be a great option. All right, folks. So this is the last Ask Me Anything About Media Ministry for 2023. It has been a roller coaster of ups and downs. A lot of victories. Being given an honorary doctorate was a highlight of this year. Lost a bunch of family. I think I had a consultation with somebody last week that I helped him and a partner do some stuff about 2 years ago, and he followed back up with me and found out the other one passed from cancer earlier this year. So it's been a lot of victories. It's been a lot of losses. I'm thankful for a lot of stuff. I'm not going to hide the fact that it's like been hit really hard with a lot of stuff this year, but thankfully I'm still here. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the ones that I've been able to reach out to, your words of encouragement, just your friendship, continued support from like my business, being here for YouTube. I really appreciate that. I hope y'all have a great new year and all this other stuff. And I didn't do this last time. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to all my Patreon supporters. And again, my apologies, I did not update this. I had 2 new Patreon supporters as well as some YouTube members, but I haven't had a chance to update that. But again, know that you're appreciated. For all of y'all who have been supporting me for over the years, thank you so much for all of that. Some of y'all have been supporting me for over 4 years, and I'm beyond thankful for that. You've helped this ministry help impact a lot of people. And you too can become a Patreon supporter for as little as $1 a month by going to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO, or you can go support me on here and why doesn't that go away? It didn't turn off. You can also click the join button down below YouTube to support as well too. We're going to be doing some more stuff as well too. We give other options as well too. Probably going to offering some sample classes as way when I finish that as well too. Just want to try and do some more stuff. Just thankful for everything. I could sit back and think about all the stuff that lost this year, but I don't want to think about that. I don't want to give the glory to that. Just thankful for I'm not who I used to be last year. I'm not where I used to be last year, and I'm just thankful for that. I'm thankful that y'all's ministries have grown, and whether I was a small part of that, I'm thankful that I was able to help in that. But I give all the, kudos to all y'all's hard work that y'all have done in all of y'all ministries. I hope what I do helps and can continue y'all to keep moving forward. In spite of everything, just keep going. And again, just looking forward to new things in next year. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great new year. I might pop on. You never know. But be on the lookout. Make sure you have that. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification. That way you don't miss out when we do anything. Looking forward to our next 10,000. Looking forward to 100,000. Going to have a big giveaway for that. Still got the chicken jams that Josh and Chuck said I have to do at 100,000 subscribers. But looking forward to the E-Missionary Conference, the book coming out, the classes, everything. So really excited about all of that. So y'all have a great one, folks. We'll be talking to y'all and seeing y'all. If we don't see y'all again, we'll see y'all in 2024. Y'all have a great one, folks. Later.